What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making her debut on the channel tonight, we have Jessa Furches. Yes, indeed. How about that? Jessa Furches making her debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Storm Rammy, and Storm wanted to see me react to this song by Jessa Furches called Seeing is Believing. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Got a little bit of an interesting backstory with Jessa Furches. Did a little research on her, and it turns out she is a vocalist, she's a singer, but what makes that really interesting and very admirable, Jessa has cystic fibrosis. Now, for those of you that don't know what cystic fibrosis is, let me fill you in on some details. Number one, it is a genetic disorder. It's not a disease, it's a genetic disorder, so there is no cure. It's not like she can, go in and have surgery or, take some pills and, wave a magic wand, bing, bop, boop, and it's gone. No, she's going to be living with this for the rest of her life, unfortunately. It is treatable. There is treatment available. You can control it, but there is no cure. Basically, cystic fibrosis attacks cells that produce various fluids in your body, anywhere from mucus to sweat to and digestive juices. These secreted fluids are normally really thin and slippery, but in people with cystic fibrosis, I'm just going to call it CF. People with CF, a defective gene causes the secretions to become sticky and thick. It's pretty gross. Instead of acting as lubricants, the secretions actually plug up tubes and ducts and passageways, especially in the lungs and pancreas. The respiratory signs and symptoms. Now, this is where things get rough as a vocalist. They can cause signs and symptoms such as a persistent cough that produces thick mucus.
Oh, that's nasty.
Wheezing, exercise intolerance, repeated lung infections, inflamed nasal passages or a stuffy nose, and recurrent sinusitis. So, as a vocalist with CF, that is rough. I can't imagine too many vocalists actually have CF. So this is going to be interesting. I'm really curious to see how she overcomes this and how she actually is able to sing with this. I guess we're going to find out. Let me see. This video was posted by Jessa Furches on her official page, and the video has 4,000 views. Not going to get you there. Sorry. Not like I'm sure the song's fine. I'm sure the video's fine. I'm sure everything's fine. I'm just saying 4,000 views, not going to get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? You ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Seeing is Believing, Jessa Furches. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I know the feeling when it starts creeping. I'm at the deep end, ready to die. My mind starts teasing, say I got no reason. That's all my weakness, I'm starting to believe it, babe. Don't want to feel this weight, don't want to feel this pain, don't want to see your face. It's time to walk away. I feel it every day. It's like a constant weight. I might just suffocate. I'm digging my own grave. Don't wanna feel it. Don't wanna hear it. Don't wanna see it. 'Cause seeing is believing that. Don't wanna feel it. Don't wanna hear it. Don't wanna see it. 'Cause seeing is believing, baby. Feels like I'm dreaming. New dawn is beaming. Sunlight is peeking. Reality is setting. The skies I'm seeing don't change with season.
Boom. Dun, 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 dun. So, are we A sharp or are we in B? I think it's B, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me check something. Hold on, just 1 second.
A few moments later.
All right, so I just checked. I was right the first time. We're in B. Not B. We're in A sharp, not B. So A sharp, B flat, same thing. Take it for what it's worth. Interesting key to be in. It's not a bad key. It's just an interesting key. Not a typical key for pop or rock songs. The chordal progression makes sense. It's easy to follow. You got the A sharp down to the G sharp down to the F sharp, and then back up again. It's very simple. It's very easy to follow. Is there anything wrong with that? No, nothing wrong with that at all. It's very familiar. We may not be in a typical key. It's not like we're in C or in B or in D. But it's the progression itself, the movement of semitones, moving down a full step, down a full step, and then up a full step, back up a full step to the root again. That's typical. It's pleasing to the ear though. It's familiar. It has that familiarity which automatically, people can associate with and people can relate to. The beat, it's fitting. It's fitting for the tempo. It's fitting for the style of music. Let's not get things crossed. Everything you're hearing is programmed, okay? The only thing that may not be programmed is the keyboard, but even that sounds programmed to me. That's fine if you're a solo artist, and the only thing you have access to is Pro Tools. Well, then use Pro Tools. Program everything. Absolutely. As far as her vocals go, they sound good. They sound really good, actually. Her tone, I'm liking her tone. I like her style. Kind of reminds me a little bit, just ever so slightly, of Lady Gaga with the vocal delivery style, her diction, her attacks. That's what's reminiscent for me. Her sustain sounds good. Her tone sounds good. Sounds like she's singing on pitch. So I got no complaints with her vocals. Sounds good so far. Let's keep going. Let's see where this goes.
They change the reason, they say only the strong survive. I just can't tolerate this constant stabbing pain. It's driving me insane. I'm losing my own brain. Get myself up and go to a place where no one knows, where the trees and flowers grow. I'm tired of freezing in the and I need the real feeling when it's in my soul. I know Caviden to fit this mold. I'm sculpting my own soul. Watch me breathe forward. Don't wanna feel
I like the guitar line in there.
Don't wanna hear it. Don't wanna see it. 'Cause seeing is believing that. Don't wanna feel it. Don't wanna hear it. Don't wanna see it. 'Cause seeing is believing that. 'Cause seeing is believing
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not my cup of tea. It's not something I would ever listen to on the regular. It's not my style. But I'm not finding anything wrong with it per se. So I mean, it's good. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Jessa Furches with Seeing is Believing. This was a request from Storm Rami. Okay. I thought about this, and I took a lot of factors into account with my score. The song, obviously, the songwriting, her vocal performance. And I want to clear something up here because I don't want people getting the wrong impression when I'm giving my score. I don't want people accusing me of taking a certain path. I did my research on her. I did discover that she, is dealing with cystic fibrosis. Now, before people get any ideas, let me just assure everybody here, okay? Full transparency. Am I taking that factor into account when I give my score? No, I am not. I'm going to treat her just like I would treat anybody else on the channel. I understand she has it. I understand that, she deals with it in her daily life, and I'm sure as a vocalist, having cystic fibrosis is incredibly difficult. Having said that, though, I'm not going to give her any preferential treatment or any special type of bonus points just because she has it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. I admire her tenacity. I admire her ability to not let this get her down. I admire the fact that she is able to put out a product as solid as it is, despite that she has it. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to take that into account because I've never taken it into account for anybody else. So I'm not going to have to make exceptions now. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands I'm not giving her any extra preferential treatment or any bonus points or any bump in score just because she has CF. Okay, I'm just not going to do it. So, having said that, the score I'm going to give is based completely on the merits of the song and the performance of the song and the execution of the song. That's it. And having said that, on a scale of 1 to 10, believe it or not, I'm going to give that a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.3. What does that mean? Well, a 7.3 would translate to a really good skill rating. So believe it or not, overall, I think this was a really good song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. That's B as in boy. So yeah, there you go. A 7.3, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Let's start with the songwriting. It's a pretty simple chordal progression to follow along with. A little bit of an unusual key. We're in A sharp, B. It's probably B flat major. That's what we're in. No, it'd be B flat minor, wouldn't it? Yeah, it'd be B flat. I'm sorry, B flat minor. In the chordal progression, moving down a full step, moving down another full step, and then moving up a full step, moving up into the full step. We're just, making that V, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's relatable. It's a chordal progression that people have heard time and time and time again throughout the history of music. So it's not some crazy wild chordal progression. It's not super impressive, no. But you know what it is? Relatable, memorable, easy to recognize. And isn't that what you want in a song that you're trying to make a hit? For a lot of musicians, yes. Simplicity. Sometimes it's the best way to go. And like I've always said on the channel, simple can be effective when it's done properly. And this was done properly. I mean, if you look at the musicianship, okay, first of all, let's get rid of that word musicianship. If you get rid of if you take a look at the programming that was done, because let's be honest, everything here was programmed. It's solid. And here's the thing. Not only was the programmed notes a good choice and the programmed chordal progression a good choice, the voicings were a really good choice. I couldn't help but notice, coming up toward the end of the song, I heard that guitar line. I'm like, ooh, that's tasty. That's really good. That's attention getting. Again, just an additional voice being added in to just add another layer and another texture to the song. I thought it was a really good decision. And I'm really glad to see that she held off on adding that voice in until over the halfway point. When we were about 2/3 of the way through the song, added in. That helps to keep the song from becoming stagnant and repetitive and one directional. Now this was really nicely done with the program. Very well done. As far as her vocals go, they're good. They are very good. I know I'm not taking the whole issue with the CF into account here, but I cannot help but be kind of taken aback a little bit with the quality of her vocals. Really nice tone. I got no issue with her tone whatsoever. Kind of getting like an early to mid 80s vibe, like a pop vibe, like a Cyndi Lauper or I hate to use these two as an example, but Tiffany, something like that, or Debbie Gibson, but with attitude. Like mix those with like a Joan Jett, and you gotta get the idea of what we're going for here. I think the closest you could possibly come up with is, I said her name at the beginning, is Lady Gaga. Very similar style when it comes to her attacks, when it comes to her accents, when it comes to her delivery. Not so much tone of voice, but everything else. The delivery, the attacks, the diction, the vowel formation. Well, okay, maybe not so much the vowel formation, but the diction, yes. The consonants, very similar in style. Her tone sounded good. I like the tone. Her pitch, when it came to her pitch and her range, I get the feeling, and I could be wrong, but I get the feeling she's able to do more. I feel like this song kind of, she kind of dialed her voice into a certain range, like a certain 2-octave range. Not even that, I think more like about an octave and a half. And that's what she chose to work with. Is she capable of more? I believe she is. When I heard her go up, I was like, I didn't hear her tight. I didn't hear her pinch. I didn't hear her strain. So I am confident that she is able to go higher. And not only higher, but I'm also believing that she can go lower as well. So I believe she has a bigger range than what we saw in here. As far as her pitch goes, I didn't hear anything flat. I didn't hear anything sharp. Of course, keep in mind, this is a studio recording, and I'm sure there was some pitch correction involved. I'm sure we had, some auto-tune in there. But overall, I gotta say, it's a really good product. It's a really good song. I'm not a fan of it personally. I would never listen to this on my own. I would never put this on a playlist, but it's got potential. It does, and kind of curious to know what else she could do. And I guess time will tell on that one. We'll see what the future holds for her. I am going to do something a little unusual with this video, with this reaction. I actually tried to contact her about 2 weeks ago to ask for her help in this, and unfortunately, I never heard back from her. I wanted to make this a charity video and have it set up for a foundation or a charity that supports research for CF. And I reached out to her to see if there was any one particular charity that she supports and she's all about, she likes, and like I said, unfortunately, I never heard back from her. So I'm going to pick one that I think looks good. I'm going to pick one that I think has a good business model and is doing good things as far as the research and treatment of CF. So I'm going to make that possible. If you guys feel like making a donation to that charity, don't know which charity it is yet, the charity donation button, it depends. If you're on your computer, it's down here, and if you're on your phone, I think it's actually over on this side, I think. Feel free to make a donation. I'll be making a donation myself, and we will hopefully help, contribute to a wonderful cause. But as far as the song goes, 7.3, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.3, which is a really good scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.